As President Obama tries to garner international support for a strike on Syria, citizens from around the world are making their opinions known. A joint report between HuffPost's 7 international editions shows sharp opposition to any military strike on Syria by the United States, with a Pew poll showing support at just 29%. Amanda, I can kind of understand it because in the wake of Iraq and Afghanistan, everyone's a bit war-weary, and the idea of the United States going, taking up arms against a Ba'athist dictator because he may have unconventional weapons smacks a little bit of 2003. It does break my heart a little that this a-hole is going to get away with it, though, and that people are so unfired up by the atrocities that are going on there. 2.5 years in, over 100,000 people dead, hundreds and hundreds of children being gassed to death in their sleep. How did we get so apathetic? To talk about the breakdown country by country, who has the most and the least support?
Well, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but how we got there is certainly because of Iraq. I mean, not only domestically, but also internationally, just Iraq is hanging over all of this. And you even hear some of the lawmakers who voted for the Iraq war. Congressman Tom Latham, a Republican from Iowa, said, why should we go and attack Syria? They didn't attack us. I mean, if he would have used that argument in 2002, we wouldn't have invaded Iraq, and there wouldn't have been an overwhelming majority of Congress that would have voted for that. So Iraq right now, people just, even if they like President Obama, they just really don't want to get involved in another potential war.
I wonder if there's, I mean, there are obviously parts of the world where there's a reflexive antipathy towards the use of American power. Russia is a place where obviously they don't like, I mean, even if there were the most moral military campaign in the world, even if it was going into somewhere to stop genocide, there would still be parts of the world that would just simply resent American power because they resent American power. What interests me about the breakdown here and the lack of popularity internationally is that even countries where you would expect there to be some support for Americans doing the right thing, I guess Iraq has left such a bad taste in their mouths and in our mouths that we can't go in. I mean, I wish people could understand that Iraq didn't have any chemical weapons. Saddam Hussein wasn't using any chemical weapons. This is a different scenario, and this is not a regime-changing scenario. Do you know if there are any parts of the world where this is actually popular? Is it popular in Israel or something, for example?
Yeah, I mean, it is more popular in countries like Israel, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, but it's not in places that are traditional U.S. allies, such as Britain, where David Cameron really wanted to back the U.S. on this, but he took it to his parliament, and he was struck down. And the polls show that the public in Britain is also against this. So it's not, yes, it's not traditional sort of U.S. foes and allies of Syria. It's much broader than that.